April of 2023, Sandra became the State of Colorado Quilts of Valor coordinator, and she says, I quote, she says, she couldn't do it without her support of her most valuable team member. Yes, and that's her husband, Bob. It is with great honor that I present to you Sandra Lazaroff. So please, would you help me give her a warm welcome to the podium?
I don't have the best memory in the world, so I have to have cheat sheets. Sideways.
There you
There
go.
we go. I thought I was gonna have to stand on my head there for a minute.
I like to do that.
All right, I give up. I mean, I know what it is.
Just bear with us for a moment.
When my computer doesn't work, I use notebooks. Well, usually I introduce myself, but I guess I don't really have to because he already did. But anyway, yes, because of our service, my husband and I both have a vested interest except our veterans. Oh dear, I'm gonna have to eat the microphone? Yeah. Okay. We have a vested interest to ensure that all of our veterans, no matter when they serve, are recognized for what they've done and honored for their service. I would like to introduce people that are here with me today, the members of the Colorado Prairie Quilters, Carol, Sean, Danielle, Michelle, and Kathy. And my CEO, which stands for carries everything out, my husband Bob. How many of you here today were already familiar with Quilts of Valor? Some, but not all, and that's usually what we encounter. Let me tell you a little bit about Quilts of Valor. In 2003, our founder, woman by the name of Catherine Roberts, who I'm proud to say is also a nurse, and obviously an avid quilter. Her son Nat was in Iraq. And she talks about one night she had a dream. And in her dream, she saw a soldier sitting on his cot, leaning over, looking despondent. She could tell he was fighting his war demons. And she continues to talk about this dream and says, it was like watching a movie. In the next scene, the same soldier, still sitting on his cot, but his entire demeanor changed from one of despair and no hope to one of hope and well-being. The difference, he was wrapped in a quilt. And the message of her dream is quilts equal healing. From that vision, she created Quilts of Valor. The first quilt was awarded at Walter Reed to a young soldier from Michigan, Illinois, Indiana. Do you gals remember where? I can't remember where, but anyway, that was the first quilt that was awarded. Since then, as of the end of February, nationwide, we have awarded 405,649 quilts. That's just the ones that have been know about. There are some that have been awarded. In early days, we didn't start tracking them. So that's the number since we've been tracking how many we've done. The mission of the Quilts of Valor Foundation is to wrap soldiers, or not soldiers, service members and veterans with healing and comforting quilts of valor. Now, originally, she did call it Quilts for Soldiers. Well, here's a Marine. Come on, there's got to be one Marine in here. A Marine informed her that not everyone is a soldier. And so the name was changed. Gentlemen receiving your quilts today, your Quilt of Valor is an award. It is not a gift. We are not giving it to you. We are awarding it to you. Awarding it and saying, thank you for your service, your sacrifice and valor in serving our nation. Quilts are not just tossed together and handed out without meaning. They are made with quality fabrics. The foundation estimates it takes 45 to 60 hours to make one quilt. Therefore, thinking how many we've had, geez, we've put in over 18 million hours making quilts. Each quilt has a label on it that says it's your quilt. So your wife and your sister, somebody else can't steal it away from you. Tell them it's yours, not theirs, they can't have it. And each one of you gals will hold up a presentation case. We award them with a presentation case. They look suspiciously like pillowcases. And we tell people, make them as ugly as you can because we don't want to encourage them to use them. Nobody ever listens. Oh, they're all nice cases. But we don't want you putting them in the case, sticking it up in your closet and leaving it there. We want you to use your quilt when you need a hug. Whether you're having a good day, a bad day, or just because you feel like you need a hug. Get your quilts out musically. Just the ones that have already received quilts. We just had the time of the year where they're great, helping you stay warm as you watch TV. But keep them out in the summer too. If, however, you need to put them away for a short period of time, put them in that case, store them in there. That's the safest way. Excuse me, to store them. As we award you your quilt, it comes with a hug. And that hug is not only from us, but it is from the entire Quilt of Valor family. Each of your quilt also comes with a certificate, suitable for framing, but nonetheless a certificate. And what this certificate says, the Quilts of Valor Foundation wishes to recognize you for your service to our nation. It is our privilege to do so, though we may never know the extent of your sacrifice to protect and defend the United States of America. We award you this Quilt of Valor as an expression of gratitude from a grateful nation. Now, if a couple of you would bring up the first quilt. And you will notice, none of these quilts look the same. There may be one or two, I don't think there are, but there may be one or two that was made with the same pattern. But no two quilts are the same. And sometimes they're this. What is it? Sometimes the back of them are almost as interesting as the front. So will Mike Aragon come up, please?
So what do you want?
Stand in front of the quilt and face the audience.
Thank you.
Michael is from the Army, who served on active duty between 1967 and 1969. Current rank is at E5. His basic training was at Fort Bliss, Texas, and he also had training in Fort Dix in New Jersey, light truck infantry. He was in Vietnam and moved around different places, stationed at Cameron Bay, where they were sent out every day, north and south, along the beach delivering supplies. He says, when I went into the service, I was young and a fool. I understood that I needed to be strong for my country. I was only 19 when I went in the service. I went in a boy, came out a man. But I feel very proud of my service to my country. Is there anything you would like to say about your time in the military?
Well, I'm proud to be a veteran now. And I'm old.
Thank you, sir, for your service.
Thank you very much.
Welcome home.
Oh, yes. Thank you. I know. Okay.
None of the quilts were made by anyone in particular. One of these quilts was made by someone in Colorado Prairie. My group and I made some of them, and others of them were made by other groups around the state of Colorado. So a group, oftentimes a quilt may be only made by one person who does everything. Sometimes an entire group does bits and pieces of it. So really can't think one person all together, but the whole group is, it's a group effort, it really is. Scott Bishop, who wasn't admitting to be a Marine. See, you didn't know that I was going to give praise for being a Marine. Obviously, he was a Marine. Served 10 years in the service, 83 to 93. Made rank of an E5. His basic training was at the Recruit Depot in San Diego, and then he had other training at Camp Pendleton, MCRD, whatever that is, because I'm not a Marine and I don't know Marine lingo. He became an amphibious assault vehicle mechanic, also known as AAV, Assault Amphibious Vehicle Repair Technician. He was in Okinawa, where he served as a quality control inspector, and he taught camouflage and body work to Okinawans. He enjoyed his tour there a lot. He said the work and the people were good. So he re-enlisted and stayed another year. In 1987, he was sent back to Camp Pendleton and completed more training at Camp Del Mar Amphibious Vehicle Mechanic training, and then he was also diverted to Somalia, where they had a humanitarian effort going on. When asked about his personal thoughts about his years of service, he humbly replied, "I wanted to serve my country."
The Navy wouldn't take me, so I joined the Marine Corps.
Scott, thank you for your service. Welcome.
All right, Scott.
Semper Fi.
Michael Cronister.
He's not here.
Oh, he's,
Not there.
He came in.
no, go to the next one.
Well, thought he was here. Mike Cronister?
No, he wasn't able to.
Oh, he wasn't. Oh, okay, because I thought we had them all labeled because
We did,
everybody
but
was here.
we fixed our end, we just forgot to tell you.
It's okay.
I'm not military, so I forgot.
Well, maybe next time he'll get one. So this is for our next recipient?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, James Dudley. Well, hopefully Mike can come next time.
Take your time. We've practiced.
No hurry. James was in the Army, and for some reason, my computer didn't cooperate me, and I have a blank sheet here. You were in the Army, your rank was E5? Okay. When were you on active duty?
1983 to 1990.
83 to 90, and during that time, we had some Gulf War going on and various other things. Where did you serve?
I served in Germany. I served in Fort Belvoir, Virginia, and Fort Bragg, North Carolina.
And your specialty?
Mechanic.
Mechanic. Can't do without our mechanics. All right. Anything else you'd like to say about your time in service? No? Jim, thank you so much for your service, and welcome home. I always have one slide that gives me a glitch. It's never perfect, far from it.
You're okay.
You're fine, take your time. Come into the center. Al Garcia. Al was in the Marine Corps as an E4 who served from 1959 to 1965 during Vietnam. His basic training was at Camp Pendleton, then infantry training. He was stationed in Okinawa for his first hitch of 17 months, then back to the States to Del Mar, California, where he was part again of Camp Pendleton. He served in the National Guard from 1979 to 1993 and says that he loved all of it. Wouldn't trade the years of experience in the service for anything. He was able to travel the world. So did I, except I only went to Turkey. So I hope you saw better countries than I did. Included 15 countries, and now is retired and loves his life. Anything you would like to say about your time in the military?
I just want to thank my wife for being there for me.
Thank you for your service. Welcome home.
for fun,
It's like Christmas, you gotta figure out what you're opening. Now, why don't you turn it sideways, it's not directional. That way you can actually reach the top of it without having to jump up. Robert Klinkerman. Robert was in the Army as an O2 and served from 1966 to 1969 in Vietnam. He began his service at Fort Knox, then went to advanced training, and he was then sent to the Panama Zone, where he completed jungle school warfare training. He was stationed at Fort Carson, where when he left for Vietnam with the 1st Division Unit B Troop 1st Squadron with the 4th Cavalry Regiment. He was there 11 months and 11 days. Looking back at his time in the service, he realized that he did a lot of growing up, and he learned that small things make a big difference. Is there anything, sir, you would like to say about your time in the... No?
Thank you very much for what you've done here.
Thank you for your service. Welcome home. Turn that one sideways too. It makes a better hug.
I thought you were calling it short for a minute.
Al Lopez.
Don't text me.
Al served in the Air Force from 1969 to 1973, obtaining the rank of E4. His service began with 8 weeks of basic training at Lackland, I'm sure. Yeah, at Lackland in San Antonio. Additional training was at Lowry, where he became an inventory management specialist. Served 22 months at Travis, which is in California. And he was then sent to Udon, Thailand for a year. Had a great supervisor and duty was good. Looking back on his service, he says it was enjoyable and he was very proud to be with the USAF. His 4 years of service gave him a strong base, learning and training others with respect. Do you have anything you'd like to say about your time in the military?
I had a great time in the service, and returning back in 1972 is when I met my wife, and we've been together for 50 years.
Congratulations. Congratulations to you for putting up with him. Hey, what can I say? Thank you, sir, for your service. Welcome home. Robert Rutherford. Robert's Army veteran who served during Vietnam 1967 to 1970, obtaining rank of E4. His duty stations included basic training at Fort Bliss. Then he went to Fort Polk in Louisiana, when he engaged in advanced infantry training. He then was sent to Vietnam, landing at Pleiku Air Base. Am I pronouncing that correctly? Pleiku. His company never really stayed in one place. Every day they were sent in a different place all along the northern highlands. Sometimes they spent a week at a time in a place. With only 17 days left in his service, he was hit by a mortar, which took him in a different direction. He was taken to a field hospital for treatment. All right, who gets charged $100? People don't listen.
I had it off. I swear I had it off.
He was sent to a field hospital for treatment and then on to Japan, where he was provided surgery and was there for 2 to 3 weeks. He was then flown to California and back to Fort Carson in Colorado. His final trip would take him from Fort Carson to Germany, where he experienced an extreme weather temperature change. In Vietnam, it was always 100 degrees or more. And when he got to Germany, he remembers the wind chill being minus 72. He stays there, it was too cold. And while he was there, he did participate in war games in the snow. Is there anything else you'd like to say about your time in the military? Thank you, sir, for your service. Welcome. Robert Daniel Bob Schmidt. Bob is retired from the Air Force. He was on service 1982 to 1992. And obtaining rank as an E7. He was on active duty during Gulf Wars and Desert Storm. Main training, basic training was at Lackland, and then he was at Lowry. His stations included Kirkland in New Mexico, Germany, Homestead, Tinker in Oklahoma, Saudi Arabia, where he was support Operation Southern Watch, then back to Homestead, and finally to Peterson. He retired in 2002. So why do I have 1982 to 1992? That should be 2002, shouldn't it?
They tried to kick me out.
Is there anything else you'd like to say about your time in the military?
Well, I appreciate it, appreciate everything you all done, and appreciate my wife Jeanette with all that, 20 years putting up with me.
Good for her. Where's his wife? Stand up. Congratulations.
20 years.
Thank you so much. Welcome Robert J. Bob Smith. This man is amazing. I can still fit in a hat. I cannot fit into my Class A's. There we go. I was in the Navy, serving from 1972 to 1975. Is that correct?
Yes.
As an E5, he was on service during Vietnam. Service began with 19 months of basic training and HS-6 helicopter squadron training. He served as the SARS search and rescue crewman, was stationed in Cambodia and Laos. He served his time in Vietnam and was also stationed in the Philippines, Hong Kong, and Singapore. And he says, looking back, he wouldn't give his years of experience in the service up for anything. I have 8 fellow Vietnam veterans who I stay in touch with. If I ever needed anything, any of them would be here immediately to help. Strong relationships were built during my years of service, a rich reward. Is there anything else you'd like to say about your service?
Well, as all you Vietnam veterans know out there, Vietnam was a fickle war, unfortunately fought by the politicians. We've got to look around to these young people and be sure we never send them into a place such as Vietnam without actual reason. And they need to know why they're there and keep politics out of it.
Just a little hint with your quilts. You wash them in gentle soap, non-detergent soap. Dry them. You can dry them in the dryer on low. And a hint for folding them, and most of us automatically do this. Don't fold them in half. We tend to fold things in half the same way, time after time after time. The threads will eventually kind of break down. Fold them in thirds, because usually if you fold them in thirds, you probably alter how you folded them just a little bit. So that's just a little helpful hint on caring for your quilts. Keep them out of the sunlight, never send them to dry cleaners. Claude Ron Tomlin. Ron is retired Air Force as an E8. He served from 1966 to 1972. His basic training was at Lackland, then he went to Keesler. He was an automatic track radar repairman on D-52s, F-4s, and FB-111s. He was stationed at a radar site on Matamoros Island in Texas, where they practiced live bomb range. He was in Vietnam, Germany, then back to Texas, and in Austin, where he was an instructor with a different radar system, teaching electronics. He was sent to La Junta bomb plot in 1983. Does that place still exist? No. Okay. And spent 2 years in Iceland. After that, he retired 26 years. Is there anything you'd like to say about your time in the service?
I enjoyed every minute of it. I felt like I learned a whole lot. I grew up while I was in there, especially after 26 years. I finally became a man, I guess at one time, but I enjoy being in La Junta, and I enjoy being retired.
Thank you for your And last but not least, only because his name is the last in the alphabet, Keith Wagoner. Keith spent 4 years in the Air Force from 1966 to 1970, obtaining rank of E4. He says, I did not go into the service under the draft. I enlisted. My service began with basic training in San Antonio, then additional training at Lowry for weapons of the B-52. He was certified as a munitions maintenance specialist. He was also stationed in Puerto Rico, Thailand, and Okinawa. He's conflict support B-52 bomb munitions maintenance and training nuclear bomb specialist. He says he wouldn't trade anything for the experience. It was an honor to fight for the freedom of our country. I gained lasting friendships during my service. Is there anything else you would like to say about your time in the military?
Yes, about 4 months after I went in, I married my wife. And first 2 years together, the first 2 years we was married, was together 9 months. And I appreciate her standing by me, but one little thing is in that 9 months, we managed to have a daughter. So soon I'll be celebrating 59 years of marriage.
Stand up. Congratulations. Thank you, sir, for your service. Welcome home. Now, at the end of everything, we're going to get all of our awardees back up here with their quilts. But this right now officially ends the Quilts of Valor ceremony. One further thing on my agenda here. Will every veteran in the room please stand up and be recognized? You may be seated unless you served during the Vietnam War era. For those, please remain standing. All the rest of you, please be seated. For those who served during Vietnam who have already received a Vietnam Veterans lapel pin, please be seated. If you have not received a lapel pin, please remain standing. All right, how many are there? Okay, no, wait, no, not yet. I'm not done talking. I get long-winded. Okay, yeah. If there, how many are there? Can you count them? If they're small enough, I want to bring them up front.
There's probably about 20,
Yeah.
less than 20, doesn't matter.
All of you come up front. Those who have not received a lapel pin, please come up front. And while you're coming up front, I want to tell you a little bit about this. The lapel pin ceremony, the presentation of the Vietnam Veterans lapel pin is made as authorized by the United States. Please remain quiet. Please remain quiet, please. Thank you. The presentation of the Vietnam Veteran lapel pin is made as authorized by the United States Vietnam War Commemoration of the National Defense Authorization Act. The message, "A grateful nation thanks and honors you," is embossed at the back of the pin closest to the heart of the wearer. In 2012, to ensure that every veteran who served during those difficult years of the Vietnam War, to ensure they feel our nation's gratitude for their sacrifice, our nation launched a 13-year-long commemoration of the 50th anniversary of the Vietnam War. As we approach the end of this 13-year commemoration, we honor all those who bravely served during and in the Vietnam War, and who sacrificed on behalf of our nation. Throughout the years of the Vietnam War, 9 million Americans earned the title of United States veteran. Today and every day, We honor their bravery and commitment and give thanks to a generation of Americans who valiantly served the country they loved. The names etched on the wall of the Vietnam Veterans Memorial remind us of loved ones who gave their all and never came home. We will always remember those we lost, and we honor those who came home. All service members of the Vietnam generation should know that their sacrifices mattered and their service made a difference. To our Vietnam War generation veterans here today, we honor your service and all that you have done for our nation. On behalf of a grateful nation, thank you for your service. Welcome home. So once you all get your hands of your close together so we can get a photograph of all of you.
Yes.
Actually, let's get every single Vietnam era veteran up here. If you served during Vietnam, please come up here and join for a group photo, except for you and me. Unless somebody else wants to take our picture too. Somebody take the camera.
We probably need to get in.
Since I'm short, I'll stand up. Is every Vietnam era veteran up here?
Take our camera and work. There's a bunch of them.
Deal.
Everyone's, yeah, okay. Get as close together as you can, and you can go back further if you need to. Yeah.